Hey, mother flipping piece of the greatness. If you're not an immature idiot, then for one thing, you'll stay through this video, and for a second thing, you'll also be able to listen to what I'm about to tell you, because what I'm about to tell you, none of the esoteric space gives you these pragmatics whatsoever. I've just been explaining this to a neighbor, and it's like one of the only things that I give a 20% chance he'll be able to actually take action on, because I think the average person could do both of these things really easily. Like the skills to do this, I don't think you have to be progressed at all in order to apply them, because they're that easy, and it costs probably under £50 in order to get these items and get the ability to cope from these items, and it should just replace a cigarette and make life a bit more interesting, especially if you use these to amplify the positivity of memories, which yesterday I spent 19 hours doing. You don't have to spend that long. This practice is probably going to take you under an hour, and well, if you aren't willing to spend about an hour a day, instead of like just take it out of your 4 hours a day on social media to do, then well, what exactly do you deserve? Let's get straight into it. There are two ways of coping with crystals that just amplify, like that they really just 5x your ability to cope through whatever it is. And I'm not even sensationalizing. I'm not going to generalize or sensationalize with the breast stuff. I'm going to pragmatize the breast stuff. You're going to want, in order to feel like you're getting breaths of fresh air, to get a clear quartz crystal and a heart endurance crystal. I've got quite a few. And you're going to want to clean them out and charge them up regularly for this, like, duh. Which direction should I go in order to get the sunlight optimal? So, I believe that the organ energies, like just breathing these crystal energies into your lungs, are going to be one of your most powerful sources of coping, purely because it's an extremely simple thing to do. It's an extremely simple skill. Even if your lungs aren't strong, which most people aren't, but most people's lungs aren't strong whatsoever. They're tiny, and they're also weak because they're untrained. For the people, for at least perhaps David Clayton watching this, you guys could double your ability to cope in a month, and it's based on how much lung capacity you have, how much lung strength you have, or they're just breathing into different regions of lungs, because it's essentially like darkness from pressure builds up in your lungs, and you just clean them out with clear quartz, and then you feel like you have a breath of fresh air, and you're okay now. And the energy of the crystal replaces the dark stuff, and you then get into what your natural state is because of it. The lighting is still somewhat poor, isn't it? So in my custom breathing exercise, it's just me breathing into the different regions of my lungs and just inhaling as slowly as possible and then exhaling fully. Although for this I'd recommend more like a 6-6 breath, more like a whole breath, because you're going to want to breathe in, you're going to want to be able to breathe in as much of the crystal as you can, so to exhale as much as you can, just get all the air out of your lungs so that you can fill it up as much as possible. It's simple. And I go front left, side left, back right, right side, front right, then both sides to train a whole body breath, and then twist breaths. Those are the lung regions I breathe into in my custom breathing method, which makes me high very easily and fuels me up a lot. Fuels me up a ton. And so get your clear quartz, get your heart endurance crystal, and just breathe them into those regions. It's that simple. It's that simple. Then, secondly, a lot of people on the beach today. This one's PG-13, and there are three coping mechs I've got for this, and I'm gonna give you the new one, which again is easy. Your balls are so damn underrated because they're one of your most powerful sources of energy for coping through anything. Though, what I don't think people tell you, for those chakras that are underneath your root, is that your balls are actually supposed to pull up energy from the energy centers underneath your root, underneath your hip. And so, oh boy. And so, if you place a crystal, like when you're lying down in bed or when you're lying on the floor, in those areas, busy day. Place it as near to your balls as you can, because your balls are probably very small. And I think this requires your balls to have physical strength to them in order to do this, because of the sexual muscle that it requires to do it. This can make you feel euphoric. This can make you feel like you have a big gasp of air. Although you need to combine it. Put your hands on your gut and intend to breathe in the energy of a crystal through your balls, while intending to also breathe it through your gut for the sake of coping or for the sake of amplifying positivity. And that's it. And then once you've done with your gut, you can go to different areas of your body, like different organs, and clean those out too. Like I've got other coping methods, which to me are invaluable. Although, I'll leave it at that because that's what I've learned today. Tell me if I made your days, and see you if I make another video.